The L860 and L890 models have a touchscreen that allows you to make changes to stitch selection, individual stitch settings, and properties or memory while sewing. Advanced users can alter settings directly in expert mode, while the guided mode offers step-by-step instructions. Both modes automatically set the thread tension, stitch length, and differential feed along with stitch selection. When the machine is turned on, it starts with the last sewn stitch. On-screen symbols support stitch selection and settings for easy navigation. Your manual tells you more information about what each one does, but we'll go through them too. The home screen shows which user mode is active. Blue is for guided mode. Your screen background color verifies which mode you're in. In this case, the background is blue, so we know we're in guided mode. When you press stitch selection in guided mode, you'll be prompted to save the stitch. Press cancel and the stitch selection with the stitch groups is displayed. The guided mode changes to the wizard when you select your stitch. This will walk you through the manual settings step by step and ask you to check and confirm each setting as you move forward. Just continue to hit the arrows to the right, and you can click the green check mark once you're done. To change to user mode, select the Home button and now select Expert mode. You'll see the screen background change to purple. When you select your stitch, you'll go to the manual settings screen where you'll set and confirm each setting. You can switch to the guided mode from this screen if you need help. When you confirm your manual settings, the stitch view will appear. The stitch can be displayed in gray or multicolor. Your selected stitch's number and name appear on the screen, and the thread tension default is displayed in the color of the color-coded threading path. You can adjust the thread tension individually on screen. You'll notice when you move the tension from default, the box now has a white outline around it. You can also fine-tune your tension with the adjustment buttons that are next to the tension dials. The default is easy to reset. Just select the tension button and then select it again. If you press CLR, which stands for clear, all your changes will go back to default. This button controls needle up or down. You can set the machine to stop with the needles in the up or down position at the end of every stitch. Below that's your stitch length and differential feed adjustment. Move to a higher number for farther apart stitches and a lower number for closer together stitches. You can play the animation for a refresher on what these functions control. The Stitch Optimizer button shows possible stitch outcomes and measures for optimization to help you troubleshoot your stitch quality. This button allows you to reduce your maximum speed. The manual settings icon on the right navigation shows the recommended default settings for your selected stitch. The personal memory save icon allows you to overwrite or delete personal stitch settings. Personal stitches can be selected for sewing and set accordingly. On the L890, this icon shows you stitch selection by stitch group. On the L860, the icon takes you directly to the available stitches for that machine. You can use the navigation buttons on the top of the screen to switch between different stitch views, including stitches by number and stitches with or without the stitch name. Use the magnifying glass to find a stitch by number. If you aren't sure what something does, activate the help function by hitting the question mark for feature explanations. The Home button allows you to switch between the home screen and the sewing screen. The setup icon takes you to various personal settings for the machine, like sewing speed, screen brightness, sound, etc. The tutorial button contains more information about operating the machine. You'll be able to find information like what needles to use, how to change them. The creative consultant makes recommendations around the optimal stitch, as well as needle, thread, and presser foot. The Eco button locks the screen and the machine won't sew. To unlock it, just tap the Eco in the center of the screen. Now that you have a better understanding of your screen and how to navigate it, let's talk about threading.